This is the second of 3 videos on tags and labels. This one covers how to fill in the content of your tags. The other videos are how to do the layout and how to print the tags successfully. So first thing you need to do is log in as an administrator and go to tags and labels. And then we already have our tag set up from the last time as far as the layout goes. So I'm going to just select our existing tags and hit edit layout. This is what we did last time, is deciding how the tags fall on the page. Today we're going to hit continue and work on the content. Now notice what's happening is it's zoomed in on a single tag. What we're going to do is create a template for how we want all of the other tags to look. So looking at this one tag, I'm going to decide where I want the pricing to display, what kinds of content I want to appear, and then when I go to actually print the tags, it will just fill in the correct information for whatever items I print. Now I like to start with the image fields. And that's just because the images take up a lot of space and it's easier to work around them than it is to try and fit them in at the end. I'm going to start with the image. Now of course you don't have to do the same fields that I'm doing, I'm just kind of picking some. And this image is a generic image and it's will fill in and be replaced by whatever items I print. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this, I'm going to move it around wherever I want on the tag, and then of course you can grab the corner here and make it bigger or smaller depending on what size you want. And then you can kind of do the same thing with barcodes and QR codes. So I'm going to grab some QR codes here. QR codes are getting awfully popular. For those of you who don't know, you can put them on the tags and then people can come in with their smartphones, or your salespeople can come in with tablets like iPads and scan those, and then it will just pull up the item details page in your catalog for that item. And then of course you have the barcodes here. Now the company logo and the background work kind of the same way. Let me show you how that works. So when I select company logo, I get this generic gray square here. I want to replace that with an actual logo. So what you do is while you have this selected, you can see down here it will give you this field. So here it says image source. That's where I want to focus. First thing I'm going to do is upload the actual logo into the system here. I'm going to hit choose file. And you can see this is just my computer, and I do have some logos saved, so I am just going to open that up real quick, and I should be able to just grab my logo. We'll just do this one. Now once I have uploaded, selected that, you can see it's selected down here. I'm going to hit upload. It's telling me that completed. And then down here in this drop down, I have the drop down, and you can see I've actually done quite a few uploads. Everything in here is something that at one point or another I uploaded. So I'm going to select the one that I want and put that in there. And of course you can rearrange that and resize that as you need to as well. I'm just going to put it in the corner here. Now the same thing is true of backgrounds. If I hit background here, I can choose file and upload, or select a background from an existing one that I have uploaded in the past. So we'll try one. Now this is with the background. I'm going to actually resize that a bit. And notice actually that I can control the size in pixels, which I think is what I'm going to do with this one here. Now, right now, since I'm working on the background, it's in front of everything else, but all I have to do is, you see I just removed and re-added that QR code, and now everything else has popped up in front of it. Of course, the background is optional. Some people really like those, some people don't like to have them on there. It's entirely up to you. Next thing I'm going to do is add in my text fields. Now, text fields are fields that will change and fill in with different information, namely the items information that you're printing when you go to select specific items to print. So I'm going to start with the item number here. And you can see that's just kind of appeared again. This is a generic one. Now with text fields, any field that has text in it, down here, when you have it selected, you'll get a font area. Let me kind of scroll down so you can see that better. You can change what type of font you're looking at. We'll just pick one here. You can change the size of the font, so I'll make that a little bit bigger. And you may have to adjust the size of your box, your text box here, if you do that. And then you can also change if it's italicized. You see here style, you just select italic. Weight would allow you to make it bold. And then align, you can choose left, right, or center to choose how it's aligned within that text box. With the color, it's really programmed to use HTML hex codes, but a lot of people don't know those, so we've added in a little trick here where you can actually just type in the name of a color. You can see I just made that yellow, and it knows quite a few colors. Once you have that color typed in, it will change to that color. Now, let me go back to my text fields and kind of point out some things here. So this is the item number, meaning the vendor's item number. If you prefer to use those coded XOLights numbers, you can click internal item number instead, and those will show up instead of the vendor's actual numbers. You have the item name, which is, usually something like 5 light up chandelier. The vendor name, price, of course. And when you go to print, you can choose which price scale you're printing from. So if you've got multiple ones in the system, you just select which one you want. Now I want to show you something specific with price. Let's make this a little bit bigger so it's easier to see. And down here at the bottom, when you have price selected, you have these price options red line. Now if you, on your markups row, have a red line created, when you select this, it will apply the red line to the items that you print. Now let me clarify what that means. Let's say that you have a red line applied to 500 items in your system and everything else is just got normal pricing. The 500 items would print with a red line on there, whereas the other items would just print with the price as normal. Again, if you want the red line, you have to make sure that it is set up on your pricing tier before you try to print. And beyond that, you also have other pieces of information here. This is socket information, so just number of bulbs, type, how many watts, dimensions here, and then the description. And you just choose what you want and you put it on there. Now I'm going to pull up the label fields and let's kind of talk about what the labels are, because you can see everything that's in the text field has a corresponding label. So the way that this works is when I select a label field, for example, I selected item number, and you can see it actually says item number here. With the text fields, they fill in with the information, the correct information for the item you're printing. The label fields, what you see is what you get. So they're meant to act as labels for the text field. So this will say item number, and then when I'm looking at a tag, it will actually say item number and show the item number. And that's kind of the idea. Okay, so now I've tweaked my tag so it looks a little bit better here. You of course will want to take some time to make it look really nice. I've just kind of thrown some things on here. Now there's one more field though that I want to show you, and that is the custom fields. Custom fields, when you select those, you get kind of this gray box here. I'm going to go in and put it down at the bottom of the page. You can put it wherever you want. Down here where it says custom text, this is where you're going to fill in some content for that custom text field. Now, it's not going to vary. This is a field that what you type in is what's going to appear. So if you have some sort of motto, something that you want the customer to see, people have used this field to get showroom information on there, such as address, phone number, that kind of thing. A lot of times that's a little bit more relevant for your tear sheets, which are also done in the Tags and Labels program. You have your XY coordinates. Every now and then you're not sure where you put something, or you want to get really precise in your measurements. You can go in and set the XY coordinates for your tags here. So let's say I put that 0, that would be right up against that corner. So this is a lot like high school algebra. But anyway, that will allow you to adjust pretty precisely down to the pixel where you want things on the tag. Once you have everything the way that you want it, then you'll want to come up here and hit save and close, and that will keep your tag layout in here. And you can go in and print off of this template that you've created, or you can go in and adjust it at any time. It will still be in here when you come back to it. And really the next step then is printing the tags, which is the next video for tags. Please feel free to watch that and any of the other videos that we have on the training site. If you have any additional questions after that, our client services department would be more than happy to help you. They can be reached at clientservices@xolights.com. Thanks for watching and have a great day.